We're going to just deal these bots right now.
Memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passport Bros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, family, we are live. Welcome to another show. Hold on, pause right now. Hold on. All right, here we go. We back, family. Apologies on that. StreamYard crashed on me. Hope all is well, family. We got a great topic tonight, man. Somewhat controversial. We're going to get to it in a moment. I want to welcome everybody to the show. Shout out to everybody. We in here. Got my man Kevin Romes in the building. Iman Perry always checking in. Shout out to you, Iman Perry. Dan Smith, he says, we're not sour. It's the other way around. Okay, we're going to talk about it. We're definitely going to chop it up about it, man. Kevin_Rome says, shout out to my man Kevin. He says, I tell them about my portfolio of Black British women and that I claim Passport Bros, and then they want to dance. Can't make this ish up. It's only good for one thing to me, just saying, okay, we're going to talk about this, man, because this is a big topic. I didn't think it would remain such a topic. The Passport Bros was supposed to be a solution to the gender war that was going on in America. But in streams, in Facebook groups I'm going to show in a moment, you will see that it's still a lot of cadness going back and forth. And for whatever reason, when I do a stream, it could be on something total opposite For example, we were streaming about the different nationalities that have their own economic, centers in Pattaya. You got the Indians in South Pattaya. Well, I'm sorry, the Russians in South Pattaya. You got the Indians in, I would say, middle area Pattaya, very near close to Walking Street. And toward North Pattaya, you got the Koreans, Japanese, a few British and everything like that. But they all have businesses within these sectors, all right? And they all kind of live and generally participate in the economics within their own community, all right? Yeah, you might have some stragglers on vacation that go anywhere. But for the most part, the people that, have roots here to stay here, they kind of have their own ethnic expat communities, right? And this is in Brazil as well. If you go to Copacabana, you will see flags up. You'll see, the German flag planted in Copacabana Beach. You'll see the Russian flag. You'll see other, flags and everything like that. So the topic of the last show was basically why aren't, brothers building, with this newfound freedom of travel, why are we not investing as a collective, as a group, instead of as individual? You got some brothers that own a few businesses. You got some brothers that own a few Airbnbs. All right. And we was discussing that. And somehow that discussion, shout out to Observer Melanin, he might pop up. It went back to Black women somehow. All right. So because of that, we're having this show today, and I'm going to break down a few things for you guys. All right. Because sometimes I think it's a few misconceptions about foreign women. All right. So we're going to break all that down in this show today. All right. Shout out to my man CC92. Guys, let me know. You know what? Let me check my audio real quick because I've been flowing already. Okay, yeah, my audio is on. Let's see, make sure my audio is right. Okay, my audio is good. All right, shout out to James. He says, Skylar. Okay, I don't know what that means, brother. All right. We got 44 in the room. Guys, do me a favor and make sure you hit that like button for your boy. We up in here. We are up in here. Like I said, this is a pretty strong topic. We might do a panel, a little further on during the show. All right. So before we get to the topic at hand, I had to go over some news real quick. And I want to talk about Sosua. All right. A lot of you brothers are familiar with Sosua. A lot of you have been to Sosua. We all know it's been some changes in the zoo as of late, last few months. So I got an update because I was wondering, I've been posting in the Facebook group and I haven't seen a lot of content coming out of the zoo. All right. We still get content coming from, other places like Santo Domingo and all that stuff. But for the most part, I haven't really heard a lot about Sosua. I tap into flip-flop, shot the flip-flop. He says there's certain things and everything like that. But I came across this video on TikTok. And I want to play this video because this video might break down. This video was also posted last month, by the way, family. But I want to kind of you guys to see what's kind of going on in the zoo currently. All right.
On Monday, the mayor held a public meeting at Sosua's City Hall with city officials, members of the press, business owners, and residents present. During the meeting, he acknowledged that tourism has in fact taken a hit, particularly following Operation Atlantico, and that this decline has affected families, businesses, and the employment across the whole town. While enforcement was necessary, he emphasized that the focus now must be on recovery. The key announcement was the creation of a municipal tourism advisor role to help guide Sosua through this next phase and restore confidence in the destination. Questions were taken publicly and concerns about employment, safety, reputation, and investment were addressed openly, signaling a more transparent and organized approach moving forward. The person appointed to this role is Mikel Berkayer, a long-term resident of Sosua and an established local investor. Mikel is the CEO of Las Castillos Resort. He's also involved in tourism and real estate development in the Sosua area.
All right, so as you guys can see, he's a big investor. He's a part of that tourism board right now. He's bringing in some old money into Sosua, and I do believe they're probably going to try to change some of that demographic. All right. You also have, I think, Disney. I didn't even know Disney had cruises, but they have like some Disney cruise in Puerto Plata. I know Puerto Plata is about 40 minutes away. I don't think it's even that far away. But that's coming into port as well. So it's going to be part of that. So they might, get off the port, go to Sosua, go to the beaches out there.
His background is directly tied to tourism, hospitality, and long-term investment in the region. What makes this appointment significant is that Mikel is already invested in the town. His success as a businessman is directly connected to Sosua's success as a destination. If tourism improves and the town benefits, so do the businesses that operate here. That creates a natural alignment and a clear win-win dynamic. The mayor confirmed that this is an honorary position. Michael will not be paid by the municipality and is contributing his lifetime and experience to support tourism and recovery. Rather than bringing in an outside consultant with no stake in the outcome, something important happened.
All right. So shout out to Links Up. He did an interview with Flip Flop as well. Like I said before, it might be some changes going on. I was curious to see some content coming out for Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl weekend is huge out there in Sosua. But this is the only thing that I found that kind of went viral. Hold on, let me play this video. Where is it at? I think this is it. Yeah, I believe this is it right here. Hold on. So this is what's going on in the Sioux currently. No females in there. I don't know exactly what bar this is in the Sioux. This is supposedly the Sioux. Maybe it's somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure it's in Sosua. I see like a sprinkle. I think I see one woman and like 100 dudes. All right. I believe that's, I think I know what club that is too. Oh, cues, man. I got a couple of homeboys that's cues, but if the club is like that, it's time for me to go. Somebody said that's unnecessary. Right. Hey, man. I'd be like, man, if you don't sit your ass down. Hey, I don't know what's going on with the Sioux right now, fellas. But hold on, you guys can always tap into my man, Flip Flop, my man Cardell out there. Shout out to them, man. Like I said before, I haven't been hearing too much coming from the Sioux as of late. Somebody said House of Meat, Casa de Corner. Hold on. Sioux may never recover. Yeah, it's definitely a sausage fest. Club Caruso, yeah. Right. Hold on. Let me get these out of here, man. Hold on. All right. So let me play. I want to play this other video too. Actually, let me pull this up real quick before we get to the show. I want to give a shout out to my man, Cerebral Aptitude. Why I got you guys here. I was going to do this later on in the show, but I'm going to go ahead and drop it now. I just did a couple of interviews with him. Really good interviews, especially for guys trying to leave the States, trying to retire early. Okay. All right, so this is his business. There's a health massage here in Pattaya. Really nice, really good staff, very clean guys. So if you brother want to go out there, if you're in Pattaya, you want to support his business, make sure to check him out. Hold on, I want to just play a little clip of the interview. Wait, hold on. I want to play a little clip of the interview for you guys before we get to the show. Real good interview, man. If you guys, like I said, if you guys want to learn how to, leave the States, early before, I think retirement is like 62, Social Security is like 62. It's for like what, $1,400 a month. This guy shows how to do it, man. I want to jump right into it, man. You had mentioned this on one of my lives, man, that you left the United States with $800 grand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know guys want to know, how did you achieve that amount of money with the investments or savings?
800,000 was, the majority of it was in, I'd say 50% was investing. The other half was the selling of my house. I stated that on the last two videos I made on my channel, Cerebral Aptitude, and I knew it wouldn't get in that many hits because people just want. I stated how do.
All right, that's like a little clip right there. But he drops a lot of information in his interview, guys. I just dropped the last interview with him earlier today. So make sure to tap into that interview as well. All right, he provides a lot of information. He even gives not stock, advice necessarily, but he just kind of shows how he got out of that early. Somebody said Social Security is $2,200 per. Are you sure about that? Last time I thought it was like $1,400. I didn't know it was $2,200 per month. But guys, that's just a long way away, man. That's a long way away. I think within that 20 years, either you can maybe have a more aggressive investment strategy, and probably can receive some type of supplemental income, not supplemental, but income better than $2,200 a month, in my opinion. All right. Somebody said these brothers are leaving the U.S. by millions, supposedly. I know if you wait to to 70, you might get like the full max of Social Security, something like that. I don't know, man. It's just Social Security might not even be around by the time we get of age, or we might not make it to that age. They're banking on you not making it to 62, really. Somebody said, man, forget waiting for Social Security to make the move ASAP. Right. So I want to get back on the subject at hand. Guys, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button. So I want to pull up this group right here. All right. I want to pull up this group right here. Now, this is a huge group right here. Yeah, Black in Thailand. As you guys can see, it's 98,000 members. This group has just started, I want to say last year. And it's basically a co-ed group, like you say, Black in Thailand. You see brothers and sisters even on the thumbnail. And for the most part, all it is brothers and sisters going back and forth. All right. Mainly the bros, to be honest, mainly the brothers, to be honest with you, agitating each other, making posts about Black women and this why they over here and all types of stuff. It's just a constant civil war in the group, and that's why I decided to make the Passport Bros group and the Black Men Travels group and everything like that to be just guys for the most part, because I saw early on. When we brought, because at one point, even the Passport Bros Facebook group, shout out to the Passport Bros Facebook group, everybody in there. But at one point, in the early beginning of it, it was like a co-ed group. And I just saw how, everything just kind of just swayed to arguing back and forth. The women would be like, hey, them foreign women don't really want you, and this, that, and the other. Then the brothers would be like, nah, the foreign guys don't want you. And it just went from exchanging information and motivational posts to basically the gender war on Facebook group, like almost in every other Facebook group. All right. Matter of fact, I'm not going to show anybody's names in this group, but I just want to just show you a couple of the some of the posts that be posted in this group. And I'm like, this really ain't got nothing to do with Thailand, but these are the posts that goes in this group. All right.
Take instructions. They don't like to follow the lead of nobody. The only lead.
Now, this is in the Black in Thailand group. Like I said before, it's supposed to be about, Black folks exploring Thailand and stuff like that. But it's just a gender war inside there, man.
Come to Black women, they don't like to take instructions. They don't like to follow the lead of nobody. The only lead they want to follow is themselves. And that's why a lot of them walk around lost, running around like a chicken with their head cut off. They don't like to be told what to do. It's in their genes. It's in their DNA. That's why it's always that combative type of relationship between a Black man and a Black woman. The man wants control. The woman don't want to be controlled because she's been oppressed all her life. It's passed down to their generation and their bloodline. We don't want to feel oppressed in our relationship. Asian women, white women are very subtle, very submissive, very easy to deal with. They haven't came up the way Black women have came up. That's why a lot of Black men.
We're going to kind of debate that in the next video. You know?
Date outside of their race. When you're dealing with black women, you're gonna deal with some kickback. They not just gonna do whatever the fuck you say just because you making the bread and butter. White women follow the lead of their man. They would follow with no problem. It's a part of their genes. They always been following their man for centuries, man. They'll stay at home, take care of the kids, do whatever the white man asks them to do. So we don't want a woman that's always...
That's not necessarily true in 2026, right? That's not necessarily true in 2026. Why is this still playing? Hold on. Let me let this video catch up real quick. All right.
It's gonna be fighting with us over simple-minded shit. Black women, they've been dealing with our bullshit for years. So when we get some money and we start to act a certain type of way and be demanding, they not gonna put up with that bullshit. The white woman might deal with that type of shit because she just happy to have a black man. So she's gonna follow his lead and do whatever he says. Instead of him trying to figure out and deal with the black woman and communicate with her on a certain level, he say forget that and get him a white woman and keep it moving.
I don't know. That used to be the case. You know, he's speaking maybe back in the 80s and 90s, but right now, I can't say that's completely true. All right. Let me get this out of here. Hold on, let me get this out of here. I shot at my man Zoo Travels in the building. This is another post somebody posted in that group. All right, so like I said, it's the constant back and forth. It is the constant back and forth in this group, bro. Been here a few days. If y'all don't want to vibe with the sisters, why are you on Black and Thailand on this page? It's like y'all getting off of dissing them. I'm not against preferences, but it's weird. Make Black men in Thailand page. Back to my mango sticky rice. All right. So as you guys can see, it's so much back and forth. Like I said, you will always have this, guys saying, hey, man, leave the sisters alone. Guys making certain posts. And it just strays away from the actual point of the group, which is information about Thailand coming from, the experiences of another Black person. All right. Shout out to my man Zoo Travels once again. So I was married to a European woman, and that's not necessarily true. Right. Let me play this video. Hold on. Let me play this. I got another video I want to show you guys. All right. Hold on. Where is that? I think it's right here. Okay. So.
She hand washed all her.
All right. So Anton Daniels did a review. And he had to throw Passport Bros in here. Everybody overseas apparently is a Passport Bro. And I think I've seen this guy before. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen this dude before complaining on another video about his Filipino wife. All right. And I don't know. Sometimes these couples be trying to go viral. I don't know. But it seems pretty genuine. Let's see what he got to say. We'll listen to a little bit of Anton's dialogue as well.
She hand washed all her entire family's clothes for her entire life, and now she's got to washer and dryer. It's so easy to do laundry, but she acts like it's a massive chore. What's your answer?
First of all, you said you're gonna do your own laundry. I am doing everyone's laundry. And then you said, I'm gonna do my laundry, I'm gonna do my laundry. But every time you do your fucking laundry, you're like, who are you? Who dare you to...
I'll do my own laundry. I don't mind. It just doesn't make any sense to me that you did laundry by hand in the Philippines for your entire life, and now it's so easy with mechanical washer and dryer, and it's so hard.
Hey, he pissed the hell off. I believe this is like, first of all, I don't believe everything should go on the internet. But secondly, hey man, you gotta watch them white dudes when they get pissed off. If you know what I'm saying. Shout out my white guys in the chat, but you gotta watch their ass. As a matter of fact, I think it was, I know it's not this dude, but it was a white guy that just murdered his Filipino wife in the Philippines like yesterday. So shit, I don't know, man. I mean, she sounds like she definitely got a little of that Americanized little attitude.
You got all this extra time. At least do mine, help me.
Don't cry. Why are you crying?
It's
Stop
not.
spreading virus here. You're a virus here.
Yeah, I'm a virus, but she's a parasite.
Giving us you're giving sick to everybody.
That's that little insane shoot up the goddamn block look. Man, she better be careful. There's a lot of sisters in the grave fucking talking back to them goddamn them dudes right there.
Dog, what you want? You want a cookie? You want some help?
Now here go Anton with his unexperienced ass.
You want to be fixed? I've always had a disdain for guys that think that they're going to be different when they get here to the United States of America versus where they go and get them from. Now, let me
see. That's a tricky subject. That's a very tricky subject because I've seen cases where the women pretty much act the same as they did in their homeland in the United States. So that's a very tricky. This is not always 100% the case.
Let me preface this by saying that there are groups of people that actually travel the world and they just so happen to meet the person that they want to be with while they're out of the country, right? Because I know people that...
Wait a minute. Is Anton changing his tone right now? Is he changing his tone?
Actually look for cultural truths and try to understand what's happening in this country, and they just want to explore the world. I know people that have a lust for travel that's out of this world. Now, I like going different places. I like experiencing different things, but not to the extent where I would even consider having a conversation about living outside of the United States of America or bringing somebody here from the United States or to the United States of America from outside of the country. And so when I see this type of behavior, the Americanized Filipino wife, the original Passport Bros,
here we go,
were people that look like him, right?
That's not all the way true because there was a lot of black men that was traveling, due to the military as well. All right. If you guys are familiar with Soy Cowboy in Bangkok, that was actually established by a black man. All right. So bros have been traveling as well.
Were people that were sick of women here in the United States of America, understandably. It doesn't mean that I don't even get your drift or I don't understand it, but it was people that were sick of dealing with women here in the United States of America. And so what they decided to do was to go out of the country, not to find wives, but to find box. And so.
But how do you make that assessment out of that? How do you know what a man is searching for? Like, how do you make that, like, he's speaking absolutes like he knows what a man is doing once he leaves the country. You don't know if a man is looking for a wife, trying to experience a new culture, all right, trying to date around. You don't necessarily need to look for a wife. You have to date, all right, and you have to validate the woman to see what her intentions are with you, okay? And the validation is big, but you have to validate women back in the States as well. But especially overseas, you definitely 100% have to validate her. And once you validate her, you as a man made the decision to, get serious about it or not. But you can't just make the accusation that you're going overseas for box. I don't know why people don't think that box isn't readily accessible in the States. All right, it is. I don't know why people think that, there's not, prostitution or buying it in the States as well. Like, it's everywhere, bro. It's on every city. All right. It's in every little country town. Okay. Sex has always been readily available for guys in the States. So I don't think the majority of men are going overseas just for casual sex. In some cases, yeah. In some cases, yes. Okay. But you can say the same thing about women in the States as well. They have a lot of ex-tourism on their side in the Dominican Republic and Gambia. All right. They got a huge problem in Africa with it, So people travel for different intentions. So you can't always say that it's just this one thing that guys are traveling specifically for just box.
They would spend an extraordinary amount of money overseas. And I'm discluding the military guys because these are guys that actually went over there on their own reconnaissance. These are guys that put up their own money, put up their own dollars. And this was even before the internet was popping, right? These type of guys was out in the streets, scouting, scouring, trying to find women that would give them box. Now, that
these guys were out on the streets, scouting, scattering, trying to search for. Man, Anton don't be knowing what the hell he be talking about half the time. Like I said, I hate people that criticize people and speak in absolutes. Okay? You don't know what the majority of their brothers are really on their mind and what their intentions are. And what's the difference between a guy looking for sex in the States or looking for sex overseas?
also led to some really, really mysterious behavior. Guys that was sending money to these women, even though they would only see them 2 or 3 times a year. Obviously, we know that a lot of these women were finessing these guys and are still finessing these guys, meaning that they got a whole lot of them sending them money and making sure that they take care of their family. We've also always known that there's guys that were willing to put up so these chicks can get a green card and they bring them here to the United States of America.
All right. Hold on. Let me play the second part of that. I think I got a second part. I didn't check the second part. Okay. Let me get a super chat real quick. Shout out to my man Kirby P Films. He's also a man with a $5 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. Appreciate you tapping in. What up, BMT? Congratulations, gentlemen. Travel safely, 100% correct. Definitely travel safely. Let me catch up some of these comments real quick. They mad because overseas travel is better experience than dealing with women. Israelite says he sounds jealous. He has a Keisha wife and a side chick. Not the green card BS again. That green card. So listen. I will be 100% honest in my experiences overseas. All right, in the DR, it is pretty heavy. I'm gonna be just honest with you. The Dominican Republic is pretty heavy. All right, even with the last woman I was kind of talking to a little bit, it was revealed to me that, her intention was to go back to the States. And I told her, well, I don't live in the States. So dealing with me, you're not going to go back to the States because I don't live there, right? Brazil, not so much. Colombia, not so much. Like I didn't hear not one Colombian woman outside of maybe a waitress at Sweet Georgia mentioning that she wanted to go to America, from my experience. Now, Brazil, I was approached when I was hanging in the favela. I was approached by a friend of mine whose cousin wanted to do like an exchange of, I guess, paperwork, and everybody would pay for their own paperwork. I was thinking about getting Brazilian citizenship. She wanted American citizenship. So we discussed it, but I was like, I'm kind of good on that. Right. Then I went from Brazil to Thailand. I still wanted to move around before I got serious about what type of other citizenship I want. But that was more of a deal in Brazil. And I have yet to hear of any type of green card situation here in Thailand. All right. I just don't hear it. All right. Oh, CC92 makes a good point. Hold on, let me remove this. He makes a good point. He says, I know his dudes who settle down early are low-key just a bachelors with options. Always. Somebody say, Aaron, I can't stomach Uncle Anton. He's the #1 paymaster and Trump tap dancer. Anton is a clown, bro, period. Anton goes back and forth, man. What they call a fence rider? And they call people like Anton a fence rider. Hold on, I think I got another video. Hold on.
this. I don't care about your reparations. Listen, I don't care if you ever get it. As a matter of fact, I'm advocating against it because it's going to fuck up my dollar and make inflation go out of control. And so I don't want them to pay you. I don't want you to have nothing. Don't give these motherfuckers nothing. As a matter of fact, not only do I not want you to get nothing from reparations, I think that they should tax you for breathing.
Guys, he was virtue signaling for his white supremacists here. He was saying I
don't want to get too far and deep into that, but yeah, Anton's something else, man. He's going through a lot of controversy right now. O'Shea has done about 20 videos on Anton as of late. Yeah, DR. Yeah, you'll get a lot at the DR, Breon. You'll get a lot of that at the DR. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, what my mind's at, man? Let me get some of these guys out of here. Hold on, let me get. I've been trying to put it on sub mode, but let me get some of these. Let me get some of these trolls out of here. So he's trying to go mainstream. He's been on Fox before, right? All right, so I want to play. Let's go ahead and get to the subject at hand, man. We've been chopping up here for a good little minute. I want to play this video, all right? And shout out to Observer Melanin. He had tapped in yesterday. I want to show you guys this video because I think a lot of us younger guys, not even necessarily younger, we'll just say middle-aged guys, believe the gender war is recent, and a lot of us will blame hip-hop, a lot of us will blame social media, okay, even feminism to a certain degree. But I want to play this video. This is a clip of a video. Fair use, YouTube, fair use. Right.
And I also,
I want to play this video right here. This video is from like the 1960s, all right? And it's talking about black male and black female relationships. This is pre-hip-hop. This is pre-social media, all right? Shout out to my man, Average Man Unplugged.
reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I've become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution on the relationship between black man and black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay. Well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying?
That's not what he's saying at all. Hold on, let my stream catch up a little bit to it. Hold on. Hold on, let me let the stream catch up a little bit. I don't know what StreamYard is so damn janky, man. Hold on. Shout out my man, Average Man Unplugged in the building. So I remember writing this video a long time ago. Somebody said black woman daddy is the government. All right, here we go.
America women, I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay. Well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough
and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility?
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
Damn, that's what I said. We're gonna do anything to you if you let us. All right. And this was going on in the 60s, guys. So just imagine the issues that we have now. Was that 50, 60 years later? This is pre-social media. This is pre-hip hop. This is before Sexy Red. This is before all the ratchetness in the media. You know, this was going on even back then. All right. Yes, very telling. Very telling. Guys were having issues. Guys were having issues with the sisters even back then. Okay. He said reprogram women. Somebody said it was going on during the plantation. I'm gonna drop a link in a moment, man. But my question is, all right, if we're supposed to be passport bros, if that passport bros is supposed to be our ideology, why are we taking the ills of dating or relationships in Western society? Why are we bringing that to us either overseas or in some cases, like the man Observer Melvin said yesterday, he's married to, I forgot, a Brazilian or a Colombian or something, and he lives in the States. Why is that still affecting us in our life and our relationships? Okay. Because the original question is, why aren't brothers building overseas? And it was a guest that was blaming how black women reared us or raised us. And I disagree. I think one of the number one reasons is the fact that we can't get along good enough, our egos. All right. Our egos are just too strong. All right. We get envy and jealous over every little thing. You know, I always say this, you can get a white guy, Asian guy, hell, even a Latino guy can ride by your neighborhood, open up a business. Indian guy can open up a business, make millions of dollars within that business in your neighborhood, not give back anything, send his kids to all types of, Ivy League schools, and not one brother will be jealous or envious of him. Not one. But let another black man, let's say your neighbor, make $5 a year more than you, and you're going to be up in a roar. That's the number one issue, I think, with a lot of brothers, man. Somebody said because we got trauma. Exactly. Somebody said black men would be happier overseas just traveling. Somebody said Koreans get rich off us. Yeah, everybody get rich off us. Everybody gets rich off us, man. Somebody said facts in VA, there were 3 competing Asian restaurants sharing the same building and rent. Yeah, just the way we kind of process economics, man. Like, we're just so individualized. I mean, just the thing, it all starts with us. And I know a lot of brothers are probably going to disagree with me, when I say that. Man, if we don't have genuine respect and love for each other, right? If we don't see ourselves within each other and about being fair and, and we can't do business with each other, then in a lot of cases, man, our women might look at us as they on the same level as us. And when they look at us as the same level as us, that's where a lot of the resentment comes in at. That's where a lot of resentment, because she feels like, what are you listening to you for? You get your resources like I get my resources. You work for corporate America like I work for corporate America. You guys ain't own no industries or infrastructure. It ain't like you building some shit. And that's been said so many times. They always get on brothers for not building anything. We'll build something individually, but as a collective, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. That's another thing. A lot of black men don't respect other black men like they do other races. But I've seen, bro, listen. I was talking to a guy that owned, I ain't gonna say his name, but he owns a business out here, right? And in a lot of these cases, when guys that are retired, they might be retired military, or they might be, retired, whatever, that's why they're getting much their main income. They've never owned a business before, right? I've owned several businesses. I've done a lot in marketing. And I was just trying to give him some information on how to market, how to brand, the difference between marketing, the difference between advertising, the difference between promotion. And, we went back and forth, but the conversation got real, what's the word I want to say? Not violent, but it just got real. The conversation I was having with him just got real edgy because he felt like I was trying to take advantage of him. When I'm really trying to educate him because I saw his business is pretty much failing, right? Because he doesn't understand marketing. He doesn't he's going into a new field. Like he's going to something different, right? And the thing about a lot of business owners is they don't understand how important marketing is. You can have the best product in the world, but if you don't know how to get it out there, especially some of my older guys who are not familiar with the social media, TikToks and Instagrams, they want to make it seem like, well, I'm black. This is a black business. So all the black people in Patria should just come to my business because I'm black. I'm like, in hindsight, it should work like that, but it doesn't. You got to learn how to market, right? You want to franchise your business. You want to put them in different locations around Thailand. You got to learn how to market. But then the brother started getting somewhat disrespectful, right? He thought that being disrespectful to me was, negotiating business. You charging me too much money. Well, my price is my price. You can pay it or you can't. It's no big deal to me, right? So we trying to negotiate certain things and elements of it. And he's being low-key disrespectful. So I decided, hey, I already see where this is going. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know how to talk to people, all right? Because I can see that by the nature of relationships you have, around you. You fire people left and right. You break your relationships left and right. You don't know how to build with people. But that same guy, I saw him talk and have a conversation with just a random white dude, and he's speaking with the utmost respect. And I was just looking at him. I was just like, bruh, this is our issue right here. This is our issue. You talk to another black man, crazy as batshit, but when you see, a white guy come in who doesn't even have the same skill set that I do, all right, I could tell he doesn't even know what he's really talking about just by overhearing the conversation. I could tell neither one of you really know what you're talking about, but you'll give him more respect than you'll give another black man that even look like you. Somebody said, I'm not supporting the businesses that just because they're black, they do have good customer services. Right, that's true. Somebody said, I disagree. Black men are the richest black men on the planet. I think the issues are deeper than money. Shout out to my man, Ray Hannah Force. Let me get some of these guys up out of here. Yeah, let me get these guys up out of here. So I want to go back to the subject. I got a little off subject a little bit. Let me sway back. I want to play this video right here.
Spoke English at that time.
Right.
Speak.
Hold on. Yeah, this is the guy, Mr. Organic. He got a couple of Colombian women on his podcast that have moved to Miami, basically. And we're talking about Americanized foreign women here, guys. All right, let me play some of this real quick.
And, barely spoke English at that time. Speak a lot better now. So that was Miami. How long you been in Miami now?
¿Qué dijo?
¿Cuánto tiempo estás viviendo en Miami?
3 years.
3 years now.
Yes.
Okay, me too. How
Me
about
too.
you? 2 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
That should be funny as hell when dude try to change their accent. Me too.
3 years?
I moved from Miami 3 years ago.
And where you moved from?
I can't say Colombia is overrated, Jeff. You just gotta know you just gotta know where to go, know who to hang out with. I don't think about Colombia yesterday, actually. I actually miss Colombia.
Colombia. Medellin more.
Medellin. Shout out to Pablo. I want a hippo.
You see how she said Medellin? People be like, man, BMT, you pronounce Medellin wrong. Medellin wrong. You can pronounce them both ways.
Oh, shut up.
No.
Come on. 20 years, very old time.
That's my
Right
guy.
now, Colombia is so
It's different.
beautiful and different.
No more narcos? Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay, no, but I want one of them hippos. He still got the hippos out there? Maybe at the hippopotamus.
Yeah.
They still out there?
Yeah.
I want one. I want to go get one.
You need to go.
It's my favorite animal.
Yeah.
And I still haven't been to Colombia. How is it? I hear things in Colombia. People like, you go there, get all the women and eat them and fuck them and stuff.
No. Come on. This is
That's what
only
they tell
for
me.
guys. And,
Okay.
oh, I'm sorry,
So
but
tell
the
me the real
stupid
part.
guys.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I want to play this clip instead because he's just talking crazy. Talking about hippos and shit. Somebody said I heard the Colombian Carnival is better than Rio. Hey, man, Rio Carnival too goddamn fruity for me.
Help, so they help them.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say they contribute to the economy out there. Is that
It's
true?
normally.
That's normal?
Yes, my mom and my dad. My dad work.
Yeah.
My mom is staying home.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
No, it's
what about
normally, but it's
Argentina?
normally. Yeah.
They do the same in Argentina?
Argentina, champion of the world.
Champion of soccer?
Soccer,
Mhm.
Messi, the best country. I love Argentina.
Yeah.
Right now, never live in Argentina for economic.
Mhm.
Right now,
For
it's
money.
bad. I miss my country.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, is it true
Yes.
that they was hiding Hitler and them German people out there in Argentina?
I don't know where that came in at. I don't know where that came in, but I do want to play. I just want to play the part. Well, yeah, traditional relationships in some cases, not all cases, because there's a lot of Colombian women that I know that work. All right, I know some that work regardless of what they man do. They still had their jobs and everything like that. But she was talking about, yeah, there are definitely some traditional relationships still going on out there in Colombia as well. All right, but now when they move to America, then they switch up. That's another day. They've been in Miami for a couple of 3 years. Yeah, the question just came out of nowhere. The question just came out of nowhere. Somebody say he sound dumb as fuck. Yeah. Hey man, he might be nervous, bro. He's just inexperienced. Man. He don't know. I would have had a totally different conversation with him. I can tell you that right now. Especially living in Medellin for 2 years. Somebody say he's a clown. I don't know. He's one of them guys that be like wear hella jewelry and everything and be like he don't trick on women. You know, it'd be the same little concept. Brothers trying to be players and shit like that. Same old.
Was they out there? I want to go find them.
I don't know.
There was no like white boys out there from Germany
Yeah.
coming there hide during the war. Heard they was there.
Que se llaman
Hitler
como
with the little
chicos-
mustache.
Bro,
chicos
what the hell?
de Alemania.
From
A
Germany.
vivir a
Yes.
Argentina.
Hey, boys. Hey, Argentina.
Yeah.
The best, the boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the white boys, the chicos,
No men's black.
No blacks?
Sorry.
no morenos.
No morenitos.
What?
No morenitos.
Really?
Never
Nothing.
morenitos.
Wow. I need to go there and go crazy, huh?
I don't call that bad a freaking loser. I lived in Colombia for 2 years off and on, brother. My Spanish is decent. It's decent, especially when I get there. Yeah, I just dropped the link. Bro. I just dropped the link. I know you guys want to tap into this. All right. Let me see something. So I just dropped a link for the fam. If anybody wants to pull up. Also, guys, don't forget to download the Passport Bros app. All right. The app is doing well. We got thousands of guys on it. We just brought in some new features. All right. We're about to drop V3 soon. All right. The developer is working out on that as we speak. So we got to, I'm going to tell exactly what features that we're going to have on there, but we're going to also have some new features. We have a resource center on there if you guys are wondering where to go, where to stay. If you need some type of airport pickup, we have those resources on the app as well. So make sure to download the Passport Bros app. All right. Let me get a couple of these trolls out of here. All right. Shout out to Art. What's that? Art? What? New York? Says this guy, this is the reason why negative stereotypes of black men never die. I mean, I think he was just speaking outside of his wheelhouse a little bit. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know. I just want to play that part when they was discussing, traditional relationships in Colombia. That was the main part I wanted to play on that. All right. Stuff about Hitler, I don't know what he's talking about with that shit. Somebody has a platform asking dumb questions. Yeah, he was all over the place. He didn't have his questions ready. All right. Because if I did an interview, it would have, and I have done plenty of interviews. And you know what? The thing about it, if you got somebody coming from a different culture, it's almost better to have a female in it or have a female co-host because they'll get like the real out of them. You know what I mean? Like, especially if they speak in their own language, it just connects better. Somebody told me, what was it, a couple of years ago, I think it was one of my Spanish teachers, which is like people that speak multiple languages have a different personality for each language. And that made a lot of sense to me when it comes in terms of the women, how women might act differently once they learn English, right? But the Spanish version of her is like feminine, submissive, caring, nurturing. But the English version of her is just like something totally different. Okay. All right, let me go ahead. I got a panel coming up. All right, what's going on, guys? What's going on, man? Azrael, what's up, Tuna Runner?
Hey. Boa noite.
What's up, man?
Como vai?
Todo
What
bien.
up? What's good? What's good?
Now, as they say in Portuguese, não posso reclamar.
Uh-oh, he flexing the Portuguese. Brian spoke Portuguese for so long.
I know. See,
como va tu dia? How are you doing? Como va tu dia?
You can say tudo bem or como vai?
Oi, tudo bem. Oh, man, y'all got me missing Brazil now.
I would say, eu sinto ótimo. I'm feeling great.
I see you learning. You ready to roll?
Oh yeah, I've gotten so much better because I've been practicing since September, late September,
awesome.
And now I have people asking me like, "Hey, can I teach them English?" So I'm getting to that point where I'm semi decent in speaking, where I can almost like teach English to other people. I'm getting there. By the end of the year, I can for sure like teach like people that speak Portuguese, English, but. I mean, yeah, I had to address this. I think and I don't have nothing against him, but I want to make this, I want to say making him an example, but I want to just point out a example. When guys act like this, right? Then you have dudes that say, hey, man, I didn't like Brazil. I didn't like Colombia. Colombia is overrated. But then you be like, why you say that? But then you come to find out that they acted like this around the woman. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about hippopotamus. You think women want to be talking about a hippopotamus? Like, bro, like, come on now.
Man, you know what, bro? I got so many stories. This is why I stopped hooking guys up. Because of cats like this. And shout out to him. Like I said, I don't got an issue with Mr. Organic. I don't have an issue with him.
Yeah, me either.
I think I've watched some of his content back in the day. But But I ain't with all the jury and the dive. He just ain't my type of. He just ain't my vibe. Type of guy I would hang out with. But it's been so many times where I've kind of like tried to do the double date thing or hook guys up. That's a common thing when you go out in Colombia, especially. Is hey, you got a friend? I got a friend here and such and such and such, and it always ends bad. It always ends bad, bro.
Because they say something that's off the chain, and it's like, yeah, see in American culture, the way we flirt is kind of has a tinge of a-holeness. Has a little sprinkling. We got a little. We can't if we.
We're very sarcastic, and they're not sarcastic at all overseas.
Yeah,
like they're very, they're very sensitive. At the same time, like they have their own little inside jokes as well. But I give you an example. Like I was in Cambodia one time, and I was hanging with a guy that was he was well, I'm dark skinned as well, but this guy was like like Wesley Snipes dark skinned, and the Cambodian chick was kind of like cracking on his skin complexion basically, right? But she wasn't doing it in a way that it was like facetious or anything. Like he was just like, why? Yeah. She's like, why you so black type joke. You know what I'm saying? But if you return the sarcasm to them, they'll get offended. Like, hold up, you in Cambodia? What you mean? I'm just that. Like he might say she's skinny or she's fat or she ain't got no ass or something like that. So you can't really just go back and forth because it's a different culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we don't really know necessarily until you get around a local guy. You don't know like the cultural rules of, the soft laws of what not to say and what not to do.
We call them social cues. You're not going to know the social cues. It takes a while. Even me, like, because we're so naturally like sarcastic. I as much as I try to be proactive about it, I try my best and I catch myself like I'll say something like, oh, how's it going? Like, hey, I'm like, well, I'll say, it's raining, right? Chovendo. But I'm like, now posso reclamar. Oh, it's very cold, but I can't complain. But it's like, it's kind of like being sarcastic. And they be like, huh? Por qué? Like, what do you mean by that, right? So that there's certain things that may be lost in translation. Those are stuff that you can easily figure out. But like in terms of asking conversations, like people, I've seen it multiple times. Like I saw this reel where this guy was like, oh, dude, he was going around asking Argentinian women, do you like black men? And they were like, oh, they're cool. And he's like, well, I don't know, because I heard you guys had Nazis in Argentina. Like you don't.
You know what? I've been seeing so much of that. Like that's the new trend is to ask women all over, like America, wherever.
It's so cringy, bro.
Do they like black men? I'm sitting here like, come on, bro. Or what's their preference? Or is they like we be on so many people's minds? I just be like, bro, what? First of all, let me say this, and I was told this by, a OG that was really, really good with women. Like this brother was he had a high aptitude when it came to the communication of getting what you want from a woman. Let's just say that. And he was like, man, I don't know why men be so caught up on what women come out with, what come out with women's mouth. Ain't nothing they say concrete. You got a woman that say, I want a man 6'2" that make $500,000 a year, but her baby daddy is 5'7". You know what I'm saying? Work at Walmart or something. Like, please stop being so, and that's just not just women, that's just people in general. Nobody says anything that's damn concrete. You know what I mean? But, things change. So you got to take whenever somebody answers a question with a grain of salt, especially coming from a woman who's emotional at times. She might not say, hey, I don't like, I remember one of my best friends back in the day, she was 100% strictly pro-black, right? I'm talking about Dr. Umar, hands up, all that. I talked to her a couple of years ago, and all she dates is white guys now. She won't even look at her brother no more. Now in her 20s, if you would have asked her that question, hey, do you date white guys? She would be like, oh, hell no. No, I would never diss my black king or whatnot, right? But in her 30s, she wants a white guy. Shit changes.
Yeah. And kudos to her. I mean, it is what it is. People's mindset changes. People's, what's the word? I don't want to necessarily say appetite, but what you don't like. I'm not saying that she probably dislike black men now, but it's like what you like when you're 20, you're not gonna like when you're 35, right? I think me growing up, I wouldn't say that I found Asian women unattractive, but I never considered them. But now coming from Japan, I'm like, man, like yeah, like Asian women are beautiful. Okay. Especially the more you go to like an Asian beach area or like a beach city. Oh yeah, you're gonna find some fine ass Asian woman.
I want to catch this comment real quick by Alex P. Keaton 15 says these women don't care about black men. They care about the man they like.
I mean, why would they care about a whole set of people?
Right.
It's not that
Right.
like they don't. Notice you said care. You didn't say like dislike or hate. Like I wanted to bring up a great point. Somebody said I've heard Don Banks said this, and I think Lord Williamson. He said that basically they were pointing out when he would be like, oh, guys would ask, oh, do they like black men there? You shouldn't say, do they like black men? You should say, would they like you? Don't put it on just black men. Don't say, oh, do they like black men? Because then what happens is, and we know people that have done this before, because you're not getting the woman that you want, you just say, oh, they don't like black men. No, it should be, you might not curry their favor. You might not be their fancy. Because another black guy could come over there. And I know this to be true because, like I've always said, in the language, your how should I put it? Your interaction is going to be totally different. I've said this just several times. The more you know of a language of a person, the more comfortable they're going to be with you, right? People going to be curious, especially you being American. You it's like you're learning a language that only they and only a few other people from another country know. So
right.
You coming in, you already playing a whole different ball game. People already feel comfortable. Not only do they feel comfortable with you, but they feel curious. So,
all right, I want to welcome to the show my man Carlos Red. What's going on, Carlos?
Hey, nothing much, man. You know what? It's annoying when guys go overseas and do that. Ask, do you like black men? Like, it sounds
it's cringe. It's cringe every time, bro.
It's very cringeworthy. And this lady in the Philippines was saying, why do black American men always ask that? Why are our brothers?
I mean, now to their credit, it's been white guys that ask that question. Indian guys, a lot of guys. I haven't seen too many. I mean, I've seen a couple of black men ask that, but for the most part, I've been seeing a lot of white guys ask that question to white women, right? Like white European women, and they be acting like they're just so shocked and appalled, as if we like just the bottom of the barrel. How could they type of reaction,
It's
But
just like, I mean, I never had heard of any brothers having any not having success in the Philippines. So why would anybody even ask that question? It sounds stupid to me. It just, I mean, not everybody's gonna like you, and plus the fact it's an individualistic thing anyway. They may like black men, but they may not like the type of black man that you are. Or
you know what?
Like was saying. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but in general, I think shout out my man Flight Man, because I was just gonna say this before you see the super chat, man. I'm gonna read the super chat in a moment. But we've always said that there's a level of attraction that a person can have that cross races.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you got dudes out here. What's the dude? King 6'8", whatever. And like you see, he attracts all types of women. These same women be like, "Oh, I don't date black guys," stuff.
Right.
Like so, it's just about same with women. You might say, "Oh, I don't date African women." Then you see a beautiful African woman. You're like, "Oh shit!" Or I don't date Asian women. But then you see a beautiful Asian woman. It's just the eyes of the beholder, basically, man. For the most part, every culture, every ethnic group has beautiful people within their ranks of their race.
Right.
Right.
All the countries
I've been to, all the countries I've been to, I have not had any problems. Now, if you go there thinking you're going to attract all the women, you're in fantasy land.
Right.
So
I mean, it's kind of tricky, right? Because it really is on the individual. Because I've seen brothers overseas, and sometimes I just be like, really? that's who you know what I'm saying? That's who you rocking with. You know, it's like in some cases, some of our standards are low, you know, or they just like, as long as they ain't a black woman type vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I got you, bro. Whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. But if you just be patient, man, and if you work on yourself just as a man, you know, not only just your resources, but your health, your mental. You know, a lot of brothers are high stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Uh, if you get right, man, you attract the right person in your life, man. Especially when you get old enough to realize that, you know, you need a little more than just a booty and a face and some tits and lips. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the surface area, bro. And the more attractive she is, or let's not say attractive, the more she accentuates her sexuality, in a lot of cases, the more problems she has. You know, just from my experiences. Like right here, like this chick the chick right here on the right, you know, shout out to her. I mean, she looks good, beautiful, but you know, she just wouldn't be my type to take serious. Let me just say that. Just by just the looks.
That's nighttime activity at most.
Yeah. There's women for a fling and there's women for a serious relationship. Understand which one is which.
Right.
It's not
Shout out my
hard.
man, the flight man with the 5 super chat says black queens forever, rice bunnies never. Okay,
unless they're in
Danny's being sarcastic, trust me.
Yeah, unless they're in Kazakhstan, right? Wink, wink.
Art New York says learning a language is the superpower cheat code that some passport bros never really understand. Yeah. Even if you know some of the language, even if you know certain terms, you can get them to blush and open up to you, man.
Yeah,
You know, and a lot of these foreign women are kind of shy, man. You know, they're kind of shy. You know, and a lot of these local men don't necessarily cold approach. Cold approaching is like an American thing. You know what I'm saying? But overseas, it's really. For example, in Asia, it's like about, you know, family members and friends of family members and co-workers. That's mostly how people interact with each other. Right. But the thing is, like the dating apps, some of the dating apps have switched that up. So now you got more women that's more available, you know, because, you know, it would seem a lot of Asian women date black guys because, you know, if you're on an app, you can meet discreetly and you know what I'm saying? Like not in that little family circle and everything. Like I've known guys out here that's dated women for 3-4 years and never met the family. You be like, how you dating for like damn near 5 years ain't met not the dad or the mom or anything yet. So it is what it is, man. But I know we kind of got off subject a little bit. You know, this subject, and maybe this doesn't apply to you two guys on the panel, but I just noticed that, you know, in conversations in groups and stuff like that, it's still like the gender war going on. And I thought that Passport Bros, for the most part, because of our ideology, we were kind of past going back and forth.
But can I say something? I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the guys that want to claim that they're, I guess you could say passport bro or traveling, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll say this: that claim that they're a passport bro, they're not traveling.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that just they saw the movement and they figured that they'd be like, aha, to quote unquote Keisha, man, look what I got. Like, no, some people that have their genuine gripes, and I'm one of them. But then there are other people that use that like almost like a carpet bagging thing of, hey, I'm gonna use this and put it a part of my whole agenda of me getting back at Keisha. And it's like, nah, for me, I'm when I'm telling brothers, I'm telling them, okay, this is what you want to learn, this new language. I always explain how you can get housing in another country or be able to get your citizenship, get a visa. Like, if people ask me about American Woman, I'm going to tell them straight up, like, oh, my reasons why. But I'm going to say it's not the only thing. It's definitely not the only thing. If it was just an issue with America, living in America was the woman, I would say that's the only issue. It's not.
So let me ask you this: would you still date and consider a relationship with an American woman?
Not seriously. Maybe for fun, but I'm kind of scared. And you're gonna be like, come on, man. I'm just scared because I've met a few chicks. Now the irony is I met a few chicks,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I use rubber. I'm gonna use protection because The last thing I want to do is get an American woman pregnant. That's actually my fear right now, because like I'm so serious, man. There's some girls are like, hey, hit me up, like, hey, like, what you doing? Like, oh, when you gonna ever come over? Like, when we gonna kick it? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be busy for the next week, but maybe when I come back from Brazil, like I told a girl that recently, like when I come back to Brazil, yeah, we can link. Like, and she's like, oh, I'm like, I'll say, oh, I'm going on vacation for a while, and I have to do some like business, like some work. I'm like, oh, that's so exciting, but I'm really telling them like, okay, where I'm going. It's like I'm not.
Or what you're doing.
Yeah, because like I said, my biggest fear is if I get one of them pregnant, I'm stuck. I am fudged, as you say, substitute fudge for something else. I'm gonna be screwed. And so that's why I say is
Okay, so I just want to play. Oh, hold on, where is that? Hold on, let me see if I can add it to the stage again. I just want to play devil's advocate a little bit here, bro. I just want to play devil's advocate. So you got Lara single mother rate. I don't see where's Brazil. I just assumed Brazil was on this, but I guess it's Colombia, 87%, Chile, 78%. I mean, this is the highest in the world. Babies born outside of a marriage. So you still could be dealing with that overseas as well, brother.
I will say, so here's the thing. I like Colombia. I'm not the biggest person. I'm more a Brazil person. However, in Colombia, what it is like when they have out of wedlock marriages, the person, the father is still around. It's not on no Cardi B and Stephon Diggs type of stuff, or like Future, where like, yeah, they might have one or two kids outside, but the man is still in the house. They're just not married.
A friend of mine has told me that they're married. They're just not officially married. They don't go and get a marriage license. So that's what makes the numbers a lot higher than what it actually is. That's what someone told me. It's just based on what someone told me. Okay, so.
Okay. Shout out to Passport Creed. What's going on, Passport Creed?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, y'all?
Did you want to speak on this? And I got a super chats in a moment.
Are you speaking on the topic on our men sour of American women?
Why are Passport Bros still sour on American women? Or some Passport Bros still speaking on American women?
I mean, I think people like to conflate sharing experiences as complaining. Because I guess men still sharing their viewpoint or their experiences that they done dealt with throughout the years is looked down upon. But I just think men need to accept that you're going to be ridiculed on whatever you do. You date a black woman, and if you date a light-skinned woman, then they say you hate dark-skinned women. And if you date a dark-skinned woman, they say you hate light-skinned women. So it doesn't matter what you do. You date African women, they're going to say you hate Black American women. You date a Black American women, they're going to be like, oh, well, are you doing enough? Are you a millionaire if you're average? So it's always like a one-up, is never satisfied with what you're doing. So that's why, at least that's how I see it for the most part.
That's how it is. You're right. It's always something. It's always
something. It's always something.
Yeah,
so
do what you want,
Yeah. I would say for men, like I said, if you have had bad experiences in America with trying to date American women or Black American women, share your frustrations. Just don't get stuck in that 5 stages of passport grief or red pill grief of just the rage part. Just don't get stuck there. It's okay to move on. It's okay to move on and let somebody else fill that void so they can share their experiences.
And
that's what I would say.
It could also be. It can also be the fact that you might do well with women here, but you just don't want to get married in America.
Yeah, I would never sign a contract in America because let me show you. Let me expound on this. Most women always say that they do not want to sign a prenup and they do not want to go 50-50 in relationships. If you love me, trust me, and let God lead us the way in this marriage. Then you say, you know what, screw it. I'm going to get married. Now, fast forward until she's not happy anymore. And now she wants to go find her salvation, AKA, I want a divorce. And watch how you see how all of these women want to fight for 50% of your assets in the divorce. So that's the dilemma that I'm always seeing, that they'll fight so hard to not go 50-50 in a relationship and not sign a prenup when you are, when you're a higher tier man, but they will fight so hard in the divorce to get as much of 50% or even more in a divorce.
Right.
Good point. Okay, super chat real quick. Shout out my man Cerebral Aptitude with a $20 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, individuals adore who they want. Human nature makes us opinionated. Be with who appreciates you, but you have to be experienced with any woman to make a cerebral decision. Don't let the last one hurt you for the next one. Man, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? And you know what? The crazy part is sometimes the one you're supposed to be with comes almost right after the one that kind of, misled you. Let's say that. I ain't say misled. Let's just say, I don't want to say necessarily.
Took you off your flow.
And that same woman, by the way, who was, once she finds out you're in a relationship and you moved on and you married and all that, she's going to be tapping at that cell phone screen on you. All right. Shout out to my man CC-92, the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Let's be honest, BMT, most of the guys in this space has some level of animosity towards American women. Dating is a big reason why we leave. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having animosity with somebody dragging you through the mud. For some guys that didn't have a good experience with the dating of Black American women, there's nothing wrong with having animosity, especially when you see, like, at least from what I've seen, I would see, let's say, average Black woman and average Black guy. She looked down upon him, but average Black woman with average white guy, she holds him like he's the king of the world. And you're like, well, damn, what the hell am I doing wrong if this average white guy can get her and I can't get her? So
is that our fault, or like why is the program that way? Is that result of inactions on the men of our community?
No, because I think a lot of Black men give a lot of Black women the first right of refusal. And then, they always say that, oh, you're shooting they'll tell some Black men, you're shooting too high. So then he lowers his standards. But at the same time, you want him to lower his standards some Black men to lower their standards so much to where he damn near digging in the dumpster for multiple baby mama, bad body, out of shape women on welfare. And it's like, well, damn, how much do I have to lower my standards? But on the flip side, they'll tell an average Black woman to raise her standards to the roof because God is going to send you a man.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, I'm trying to play devil's advocate with Passport Creed, but you got me rolling here, bro.
I put a little salt on it.
You can't lower your standards too much. It got to the point where I can't do this. I might as well be single if I got to lower my standards this much. I can't do this. I just cannot do this. And that's why I stopped dating in America. Where I just, I just stay celibate.
Okay, so let me. I don't, Carlos. I just want to ask the panel this: like, how much of this falls on our shoulders as men? I mean, hold on. Let me finish real quick. I mean, these women are in some cases our sisters, our daughters. Like, what does that say about us if we're raising women that are not compatible to us, to men, basically? Does that fall on us? Because everything starts with the men. Everything.
I think
so. When you talk about Black women, when you say something negative about Black women, doesn't that fall on us since we're fathering Black women?
I think what people always underestimate is the influence of culture. And yes, you're only but one man. And I've always said this. America is not. I always ask people when they ask me about being a passport bro. I always say, do you think? I ask them 2 or 3 questions. I say, 1, do you think women in America like men in general, culturally? I say 2, do you think? And then I'd say, do you think that they want or they value marriage and the family? And then I say the last one I always usually ask is, do you believe that America is pro-family or is conducive to building a family? And they either say no straight out, or they make kind of like an excuse, or they'll take a long pause and eventually they say no, right? American culture is not conducive to building quality women to have a wife. Therefore, that's why our whole issue with the dating coaches where you cannot outgame your way out of a person how they were raised. If you were raised by a single mother that hated men and had men coming in and out of the house, it don't matter if you but Michael B. Jordan and with a smooth silver tongue and a mouthpiece. You can't outdo somebody's culture, right?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. It's fighting against the conditioning of, let's say you meet a woman in her mid-20s. That's like what? By the time she's what? At least
25?
Let's say she's 25. And so by the time she's at least, especially these days, by the time she's like 10, 11 years old, she's being conditioned. Or, I mean, her personality of who she is kind of setting in by that time. So
Right.
then you have from then all the way to 25, by the time you meet her, of conditioning of, independency and social media and girl power and all that feminism stuff. All that's getting conditioned into her. And then you're going to come and then you're going to try to peel back all of those layers. Because, I mean, you're only one person, and it's better to pick from a pool that's preconditioned of what's on your side compared to one that is too far gone, and then you spending so much time trying to reel her back in to salvage her. So some women or people just can't be salvaged at all.
That's why it always killed me when people say, "Oh, you want to be a part of another man's patriarch," and it's like, I'm like, no, I want to be a part of something that aligns with my interests. Everybody does that. You go where what aligns with you. If somebody's a Democrat, you don't say, oh, you're going a part of someone else's political group. It's like, no, you align with who you align with, and it just happens to be that I align with a culture that shows men respect or deference, right? I tell you, you can't outgame your way out of a culture. American culture is not, one, is very antisocial. 2, they're not pro-family. Family is very optional, right? 3, everybody's just worrying about money. Everybody's obsessed with trying to get the bag. They don't even care about their health or their social life. And if you bring up, hey, I like to hang out and spend my time on the weekends. Oh, you're weak. You don't want to get money. You just lazy. You just complacent. It's like, no, I actually believe in a work-life balance, right? America is not a place America is really just good for making money, and that's about it. But no one wants to say that because they feel like, oh, they're shitting on their country. And it's like, no, you call a spade, man.
Hey, it is what it is.
I'm gonna catch this real quick. Tober GS2IG. Okay, that's a crazy name. Says the biggest issue is that other races see prominent, successful black men and average black men in general do not consider black women attractive or marriage material. I never say I don't consider black women. I've always been attracted to black women.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are natural, with their natural hair and everything like that. Like, back in the day, women 90s and the early 2000s were really just 90s. What do you say? Or marriage material?
I think that's a lot of cap in there. Don't need that in the ending part.
It's a percentage of black women, in my opinion, that are marriage material, because it's black women in my family that have been married for 20 some damn years already.
Right.
All right. So I just don't think. I think after college, it gets increasingly difficult to find a mate on both sides of the coin, in my opinion.
And some of it is not even their fault too, because like we said, once you get to college, American culture is not socialized where people still keep their friend circle. Because what you're trying to do, you're trying to get to the bag. You're not worrying when you finish college, you're not worrying about you don't, your priority is not trying to keep up with your friends and being close to your friends. It's, I need to get this money because rent is high as hell, and I need to be successful. You know, if I see them, if I see them. If I don't, I don't. I'm guilty of that in some ways. You know?
Yeah, me too.
IMF says in America, you can be a good black dad and still be considered a piece of ish, a goofball, a soft ninja. Enough is enough. 300 million doesn't equal 8 billion people outside the U.S. Men are respected. You got a good point.
Yep.
Preach.
I agree.
And that's what my biggest, heaviest criticism of the black community is on how they view men, right? The whole street dude is this guy. And, you know, he's a real one, and you know, like it's ass backwards, bro. Like it's ass backwards, man. I've always hated that because I'd be like, you know, a regular bro can knock your head off, bro. Like you don't take it be
Right.
like street dudes has never been hard to me. You know what I mean? Like dope boys was the guys getting robbed. You know, like dudes that knock you out and go eat a sandwich, bro. Like.
Right.
You know, like street dudes are emotional, bro. They like the male version of a hood rat to me.
Right.
Not all. You got some street dudes that's official with it. Don't get me wrong. My brother's a street cat. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no highly emotional dude or anything like that. You know, street dude in my vocabulary is a dude that get his money in the street. You can't do both. You can't be street and then have a 9 to 5 too. You know what I'm saying? You can have an edge to you, but just in my opinion, man. But
you know what
I hate that. That's the pillar of masculinity in our community, and it's so ass the f backwards, bro. Because they'll get them pregnant, they'll leave them, and they'll say all black men is this, that, and the other, and they'll expect you to come with a ready-made family, like to be like, I hate that shit, man.
No, they expect you to accept where she's at, love her through it, and then elevate her. And not me.
Right. Shout out to my man Shriba Aptitude with the $50 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, brother. He says it's dependent on how willing you are to move on. Women don't bring much to the table, regardless of the country. Western women say anything against men from going abroad. Foreign women only want you for your money. Isn't that what they want also?
Exactly.
Got a good point. Shout out to my man Shriba Aptitude. Along with the deep thoughts.
You know, Carlos always brings up a great point. Now, well, actually, I remember a while, this was about at least a year ago, Carlos had on, I think it was an East African chick, and he asked her about, what do you think about women in America going to the prisons to find a man? And she was like, what? He's like, yeah, like, you know, there's some women in America, they go to the prisons to find a boyfriend or a man to have a kid with. And she's like, she couldn't fathom it. Like you could hear it in her voice. She's like, what are you talking about? Like she probably thought he's pranking her. You know?
Yeah, you remember that.
I remember that vividly. It made you think like, damn, yeah, we're not crazy. You know?
Yeah.
Tula Runner, you in there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, man. I didn't even recognize you my man that be in Panama, right?
Colombia.
Okay, Colombia. How's everything going with your day, brother?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good.
Okay, you got something to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are talking the truth and stuff like that. The thing about it is, you have to go where women will appreciate you that want to get with you. There are some women who are going to want to get with you everywhere, and there are some women who are not going to want to get with you everywhere. So you have to find your people that want to get with you and going to get in your program. If you can find a girl who wants to get in your program and respects you, you do well. And it's just not a lot of respect for women in some places. So you have to.
Man, respect is such an important part, man.
Yeah.
It's almost just as important as love, bro. Like once a woman stop respecting you, it's generally over with. It's generally over with.
Exactly.
It's very difficult to regain not only just women, but just anybody's respect in general, you know?
Yeah. Will your woman listen to you? Will she, if you tell her to do something that she wants to do and you tell her not to do it, will she not do it and not try to get you back or not try to hold it against you? Mm-hmm. That's so important in a, long-term relationship.
Okay. Like I said, I like to play devil's advocate a bit, man. I always say, like, what can we do I mean, I think personally America's cooked. I don't think there's any coming back. I think I heard, who did I hear? I heard Richie, shout out my man Richie Mack. He said you can repair it, eventually maybe by changing some of the laws, maybe, I don't know. But I just think it's just cooked, bro. Me personally, I just think,
I mean, look how.
If you got a good one, keep it, bro. Like that's what I say about America. You got a good one, keep it.
You better hope the social media streets don't get her.
Well, what is Kanye
I played that video from the 60s Passport Creed, and it was going on even back then before social media.
Yeah, sure.
It was going on back in the day.
What Kanye say?
On a level of income that I can afford you and love.
My bad.
No,
I ain't mean to play the audio.
Go ahead. No,
go ahead.
When Kanye be like, Instagram got your bitch. I don't know if you guys heard him say that.
Yeah, but at least compared to the 60s, they didn't have as much reach because they couldn't just pull out a phone and be able to DM all these basketball players, athletes, and everything like that, or be able to even receive the DMs from them. So they was kind of limited. But now the door is wide open, even more open.
I miss them days. Those are the days where you just had a fine ass girl in your neighborhood and nobody really know too much about her. You know what I mean? Like those days over. Those days.
Yeah, you could drive to
guys because y'all don't know like how good we had it in the 90s and early 2000s before all this damn social media. You could have you a dime.
You can find a hidden gem. You can go to an area, find a hidden gem. Who she didn't even know she was a 10, and then you come through. She didn't even know it. That's what I'm saying because all these dudes was able to come and gas her head up, but. Not today.
There was an older dating coach. And he said like, "Oh, there's no difference between back then and now." And I'm like, "Hold up, time out."
Right.
Your dad probably had a pot belly and was bald before he was 30, right? But his wife still cooked for him. He didn't have to have a 6-pack. He didn't have to have all this, that, and the third, right? As long as he made sure he came home and gave her the money, they were good. I was like. Your dad or your granddad didn't have to deal with your with David Ruffin or one of the Temptations or the Shy Lights hitting her in the DM, right? Like, you have a decent looking chick, there's more than likely be a chance. And I've seen it. You follow one girl, she have like less than 3,000 followers. You find out, oh damn, Michael B. Jordan liked her picture. Chris Brown liked her picture. Kevin Durant.
Game over.
And this is a girl that would be a considered like a 7 or an 8 in a small town, right? Or 10, shoot in like somewhere in the middle of Indiana. But it's the fact that she has the reach of she can be with somebody that's like a multi-mega star, and she only has 3,000 followers. Yeah.
You know what I hate, bro? I hate when I see a chick on Instagram. I mean, I don't look on Instagram, I'm married now, but I'm just saying when I see a chick and I'm like, okay, she cute. And I click on it and I see the OnlyFans link. I'd be like, damn, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. All right. Let me see my man, Stripper Aptitude. Once again, $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that once again. He said, odd how men from the West go all over the world for themselves or to find a partner. But name me one country men are coming to America in droves for American women of any race.
No.
I mean, the guys that need a green card, they're coming. The one that need a green card.
I've spoken to
that'd be the African dudes, bro. That'd be mainly the African dudes, bro. Let's be honest.
I spoke to a few people from Brazil, and they said they wouldn't come here. Like one dude I'm cool with, he wanted me to teach him English. He uses Power BI and logistics. Like he has a good job. Like America is not everywhere else is not a backwater country anymore. Other places have developed. One guy told me he lives in Santa Teresa in Brazil. He said if he would come to America, he would be washing dishes. But in Sao Paulo, like near Sao Paulo and Santa Teresa, he's a software engineer. Like, so people.
I mean, it could be looked at as the opposite too, because I know guys that are pilots that in Colombia, but they still drive Uber to make ends meet.
True.
So if they came to America, they would have, certain skills and everything like that. But shout out my man Zoo Travels in the building. Guys, go check out his channel too, man. He has a lot of dope content on his channel, man. He's walking around the barrios, stuff like that all throughout Colombia, neighborhoods you never even known about in Medellin. Shout out man, Travis says, laws can definitely shape culture, but it will take time. Yeah.
Not in today's time.
So if let's just say Trump, I'm not a fan of Trump, by the way, so don't get on me about the Trump, but let's just say he's like reckless enough to maybe change some of the laws that we've seen that they changed in Kenya when it's like no at-fault divorce, no 50-50 stuff, none of that. Would that still get guys to get married?
No, because it's a perfect storm of a cluster, as it's called, duck, right? What rhymes with duck? Because it's not just that, it's also the mentality of the woman, right? The woman out here saying they want a man that makes 6 figures, and then also on top of that, the cost of living. Even if you find a girl that likes you and you like her, the cost of living is just too crazy. It's just so much that's wrong than that is correct, because you have divorce laws, you have the cost of living, it costs the housing prices, right? The woman on Instagram, so you competing with 10,000 dudes in her DM. It's like so much against you, so many things against you. It's just too much.
And I don't think most of the women today, I don't think they really want to get married unless it's like a real benefit to them. Because look at today, they can get everything that they want. They can literally have the baby from the guy that they want. And then if she keeps herself up, she still can find, there'd be plenty of guys still lining up. I don't care what none of these guys say. If she looks good enough with child, there'll be plenty of guys lining up, because there's too many guys on the plantation that will not leave and find salvation. They will sit here and complain and hoping for a diamond in the rough. Because
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Look at Brittany Renner. I mean, from Megan Thee Stallion, from guy to guy, and then how BMT was saying earlier, there'll be one guy that's conditioned enough, and that's all she's really looking for. After she's done running through these streets, she's looking for one guy that's conditioned enough to bow down to her, and that's gonna listen to her and follow everything that she does for the most part, and then she'll check out the game and hang her hat on that. But he has to be conditioned to bow down to her for the most part. Because look at Klay Thompson, no backbone. For the most part, look at Russell Wilson, no backbone. And then, like I said, they're happy. And every time we as men try to say that, he needs to be more of a man. Oh, you can't tell me about my woman. I got her. You don't. From Travis Hunter to Russell Wilson to Klay Thompson, they're all damn near the same guy.
Yeah. Even Tariq Hill, like cats like that, you just be like, bruh. I mean,
I think Tyreek Hill just made a mistake because he had kids before that chick, and he just I don't know why he chose her out of his other 12 baby moms. I just don't get it. I just don't get him because like I said, he had the money, he had the fame, he had a bunch of kids before her. Then he got with her, and he was only married to her for 12 months. I mean, it was crazy. I don't understand that marriage.
Man, it's really based on like how hard you validate. And the thing is, when you're in the public eye and your wealth is in the public eye, it gets so much harder. I knew a guy, I used to do security at a building downtown. Like, this is like early 2002, 2003. And it was a brother with a lot of money. I think he owned like 10% of Outback Steakhouse or some shit like that. And when he would go on dates, he would always drive his Honda Accord. And he would always bring him back to his little crash pad in the building. He had a mansion and everything out in Conyers, but he would purposely date women like that to hide his wealth, to see what their intentions were.
Yeah, testing them out.
And when you're a celebrity, you don't have that option. So it makes it really difficult, You got to almost become a passport, bro, your damn self. You got to travel outside of the states and maybe find a woman that don't know that you're an NFL player or an NBA player or something like that.
You know what you got to do? Yeah. You got to do what Prince used to do, I heard, when I was growing up. He said he would invite girls over for dinner and have hot dogs and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Oh, hell no.
Prince used to do that. He'd invite women over, be like, hey, let's have a peanut butter jelly sandwich and hot dogs and stuff.
Right. Shout out, man. Shoot back to you again. He says, regardless of success, you'll find simps in every category.
That is true.
That's true.
Hey man, Sims run the world, man. You know, it's a
Yeah.
lot of them. You know what I mean? It's a lot of them. But you can't tell the man to do with his wealth, his money. You see Jeff Bezos, like richest man in the world. You know, you could be said to be a simp to a certain degree. You know.
Yeah.
I think Elon got about 50 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys. When you have a certain amount of wealth, man, that shit don't matter. You know what I mean? That shit don't matter.
But
guys, let me go ahead,
but before you get off, that guy King 6'8". One of the he's I love his channel because you can see women at their natural state on how to respond to a guy when they are highly attracted to him. And another thing is that most of the women that he be, kind of just pretty much using for content, most of the women are average women. The ones that be going full court press on them, they're average women. Now, why couldn't the average guy be able to get that? Because they're on the same level. But the thing of today, the thing of today is that those average women can feel like I can get that guy King 6'8", and he can't. He most likely he won't turn this down, or I'll at least try to get in his rotation. But the average guy cannot do that unless he is what's that guy? ISO speed. He has to be on ISO speed level to be able to get those above average to to the tens.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been, life ain't fair, man. Women have always had, access to casual, sex, and a lot of them would participate in it with who they want to physically. At the same time, they have some guy that they're looking for a serious relationship with, and they'll not even give him access right off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been like that, bro. Like,
he can get access just after all the other guys get access first.
Or it comes with strings attached. It's a switch and bait.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why we travel. Because I mean, when I go to the Philippines, I'm the tallest man around. Okay.
Okay.
I do want to say this though. The Philippines, because my 6 foot self is I'm like the tallest guy around for days and days. I didn't see nobody taller than me. So you can go places where you can be the tallest. You can be there's places where you can be the most fittest. That's why I mean it's good to go around and travel because you can see where you fit in.
Yeah, be the big fish. Be the big fish in the small pond.
I had went to my wife's hometown. I was walking around like I was Shaq. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? I'm like 5'11", 6 foot. Like I'm right around that area.
Oh, she's Thai, right? Or Cambodian? Because
Thai.
Yeah.
Thai. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I want to say this though. At all due respect to him, I don't have no issue with King 6'8". But if you watched when he was in Brazil, height wasn't everything. Like he wasn't picking up like every single chick.
Yeah,
the person that was picking up the chicks were like Don because Don spoke the language.
Yeah, it's 6'8". Yeah, King was not. He definitely was out of his comfort zone. I definitely could see that. And he was not. And he was not. Because I was in the chat too. I was like, go, because sometimes you have to go instead of him playing defense. Sometimes you got to go more on the offensive. But at the same time, he doesn't really speak the language, so he has to go through the translator, and that ruins the flow if you can't really speak the language.
No. But what I'm also pointing at too is that women are not obsessed with height like they are in America.
Right. Yeah.
Like, are they attracted to it? Yes, of course. But if one guy is 5'10" and the other guy is 6'2", they're not going to be like, oh my God, this guy is 6'2". They're not. That's more of a socialized, how women are socialized in America. I'm telling you this too. Like I said, I don't have no issue with him. But if I'm there with 6'8", I would probably have gotten more conversation with those women as much as he did. And that's just for me learning 6 months of Portuguese. So, like I said, I'm not saying that women outside of the States are perfect, but it's like how it was. I think dating is like how it was maybe like 30 years ago. I always say you didn't have to be the flyest dude. You didn't have to be the tallest guy. Just make sure you look decent, look like you took a shower and you brush your teeth and talk. It's not like how it is like now. Oh, before I get your number, I want to see your Instagram. Oh, what do you do? Oh, what's my name? I don't have a name. It's none of that stuff. It's not, oh, I got to see where you rank and how tall you are and all the superficial stuff before I connect with you. right?
You know what go another long way. Learning the language is absolutely the most important.
Right.
But cologne too, man. A lot of these local guys don't be rocking the cologne like you think they do. You know what I mean? Like little things, like just smelling good. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Cologne don't even cost that much. And dancing, because a lot of cultures.
Dancing is so big.
If anybody watched the Super Bowl, it was a whole lot of dancing, and dancing can go a long way. Like, I'm Haitian. If you go to a Haitian club, there's none of this posting up. People are dancing, and if you can't dance, you're gonna be a fish out of the water. So that's another thing. Language, and if you could dance, man, you can have them all and smell good, of course.
Right, ain't nothing worse than that Latina dime pulling you on the dance floor talking about some salsa, you know,
and your feet stuck in the mud.
Yeah, you should be like, okay, you know, you do your thing. I've had that happen to me too, by the way. Very embarrassing.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys, great show, man. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I want to keep it to the 2-hour mark, guys. We out. Peace.
All right.
All right. Peace.